What am I to do?
Welcome to Razor Branding Podcast with Jackie Russo. To learn more about how to improve your brand, visit brandrusso.com.
We are in the home stretch. And let me tell you, I wish I was at home in my pajamas, but the thing that's keeping me here and keeping me going is the exciting news that I get to talk to Melissa Llewellyn with the 705 next. And I can't imagine a better way to start wrapping up our day than hearing all about what the 705 has been doing and how they've done their pandemic pivot. That's right. We are almost done with our podcast marathon day-long adventure of talking to every single nonprofit I think that exists in Acadiana, and really every hour talking to a different group and understanding how the community can support them as they give back to the community. So, Melissa, welcome to our podcast marathon.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So tell me about the 705. And I mean, I was on the board way back when, so I understand the basic principles of it, but y'all have grown and evolved so much since those early days. So catch me up on who you've grown up to become.
Well, goodness, that's I didn't know that, so I can't wait to catch up with you for you to tell me about the older days, because trust me, I'm not in the young bracket anymore. So the 705, as it states, is the young professionals for a better Acadiana, and our goal is to network and work together in all aspects of the community to make a better Acadiana. So we have 6 different areas that we concentrate on. One being the civic committee. And they concentrate on, our government and how we interact. This month, we're going to be talking about voting and voter registration and your public service and your duty and this or that. But typically, we talk about, we talk with our council members. In our previous administration, we would meet with the mayor quarterly. So, I mean, it's to try to get us involved. We just did a bunch of our board members and our members to be on board seats for the Lafayette Consolidated Government. So that whole committee is fantastic. And then we have a philanthropy committee, which has been on the ball this year with, COVID happened. And then also Hurricane Laura recently. So we've been back and forth to Lake Charles, combining with other young professional groups from Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and Lake Charles to provide services over there. We have a marketing team that, is not quite as fancy as you, but, we have a Facebook page and how do you get involved and what do you do? We have a professional development team that we have today. We had a lunch and learn. So we have someone from the community that comes and talks to us and tells us, how we can be better young professionals and how we can better Acadiana. And we, eat lunch. And we also have a mentor program with our professional development company department. And I know I'm missing out. I'm forgetting about some other things, but I think that's a lot.
I think that's a lot. It has grown so much from what it was back in the day. And so is it still like at 40? Like you have to be kind of under 40 to be a part of all of it?
No, you have to be under 45 to be on our board or to be a voting member.
Okay.
So we do. I mean, I'm under 45, but I'm almost right there. I told them after, this presidential, I'm done. Like I'm going to start my own over 45 club or something.
Ooh, I'm in for that one. Let me know.
But no, you can be any age. It's more for the young professional. However, we do invite people to come at any age. We do have a mentor program. So we love to connect to seasoned professionals.
Nicely said. I've had the opportunity to participate in the mentorship program a couple of times. And I have to say, it is just amazing when older, seasoned professionals can meet up with younger, emerging professionals. I think it's really a toss-up over who learns more from whom.
Absolutely. That was probably one of the most important things in my career that I have done And it was even before 705. And it's odd because my original first mentor was Lynn Guidry. I'm an architect, a residential architect, like during the day, not at 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
So whenever I found him as a mentor, he said, join the 705, which is kind of fun, kind of funny. And, I told him all the goals and things that I wanted to accomplish in life. And he said, gave me a list of things to do, and joining the 705 was at the top of it. And before that, I had never even known what the organization was. So mentors are important.
I think sometimes y'all are still one of the best kept secrets in town, which is understandable because
Yeah.
you can only handle so much capacity. But I think that the access that people get and the connections that they make and the resources you provide is really unparalleled. There's nothing else in Lafayette like it.
Correct. I agree. So whenever I came on board as president, my goal was to not have to describe the 705. What's the 705? Well, it's a group of young professionals that work together to better Acadiana. So it was my goal. And, I got on every spot at KDN and every KTC and everything that I could possibly think of to just get the word out there of who we are. So now people aren't asking that question anymore. It's more, how can I join? But I'm with you. I mean, it really is a best kept secret. Our membership fees are so low, and for what you get for it is just unheard of. People are like, wait, you're going to feed me and you're going to what? So yeah, we are the best kept secret.
Well, and I encourage every business in town to encourage their employees to participate, and the business should pay the way. Don't put that burden on the employee. Make it a part of your corporate professional development, because your company is going to be represented in this group of rising, emerging professionals, and that's where you want your company to be. And so foot the bill, because it's not that much. Encourage all your employees to participate. Give them the time off to participate, and make sure that we can continue to build this amazing resource.
Gosh, we just need more employers like you.
Well, I just need to employ more people.
I had this conversation, and I'll keep the company anonymous, but she was having trouble keeping employees. And I said, you need to have a corporate membership and you need to send them to me, because the number one thing that keeps our employees here is relationships. And if someone's coming from California and they're 24, 25 years old and they're not meeting anybody and they're not involved in this community, what's going to make them want to stay here? Especially right now with, our culture just struggling with the no music so send them to me. We will give them something to do. We will definitely let them meet at least 50 to 60 new people in the next 3 to 4 months. And, that connection is just so important when you're a young professional. So I absolutely agree. We're probably the best employee retention program out there.
I would say so for sure. And I think sometimes employers get nervous that they're going to encourage their employees to mingle, and they're going to mingle right into a new job.
Right.
And so I think that goes back to the corporate culture in the first place. If you're giving people a great place to work, they're not leaving you.
That's really funny, because that was the thing about Lunch and Learn today. We just talked about that. Yes, it's absolutely true. If people, like they said at a Lunch and Learn, if people aren't lining up with your core values, then they don't belong at your company. And so, if you give them the networking to find where they want to be, it's going to benefit everyone in the long run anyway. And I'm sure if I leave a company on good terms and I see somebody else that would fit better in that spot, I would say, hey, you need to go interview here, kind of. And that's what we do within the 705.
Right. Well, and I think it works both ways. So if somebody's not aligned with your values, then you want them to move on. That's a good thing. And then you can use your base in the 705 to recruit people who are aligned with your corporate values and culture. So it really becomes that magnet, right? You're attracting the thing that you want and you're repelling the thing that doesn't fit. And the 705 becomes a grand facilitator of all of it.
Gosh, I like it. I'm going to put that in a brochure.
Well, I have been having this conversation for a whole day now. So, but we got to talk to Ashley much, much earlier today when the sun was still out at Leadership Institute of Acadiana.
I'm going to have to rag on her for that. Like, oh, you got the good time slot.
Well, I don't know. It was like 7 a.m. or something. It was very early. It was very, very early. And so, oh, no, I take that back. She was like at 9. So she did get one of the good spots.
Yeah.
But she must have turned in her form fast because those early spots went
Oh,
quick for whoever responded the first time. But so what we talked about there was, not making it a fearful thing where people are scared for the networking, but encouraging it, because the more you can give people the opportunity to be a part of the community, the more entrenched they become in the community, and the better the community gets for it.
exactly. I mean, she's brilliant when it comes to community involvement. She really is. I happen to be a part of the LIA class this year, and it has been a challenge because of this year, but she's earned her place in our community. That's for sure.
Absolutely. So this year's class being the second best class ever after class
No, we are
22?
definitely the first.
No, no, no.
If
Have to
anyone
differ
has
with you
had to
there.
go through what we have gone through this year, we have deserved it. Trust me.
Okay, I'll give it to you. I mean, we had the luxury of in-person classes the whole time. So,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
it has been a challenge, but I can honestly say that our class is just extremely well knit.
Oh, I am sure. Y'all must have really bonded over the experience together.
Yeah.
So, walk me through how the 705 has had to pivot this year. So, you start off, it's a normal, regular year. You're having meetings, stuff
All
is
these
happening.
goals. Yeah. It was just,
Right.
yes, we're going to do this and that. And then March. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So we have 5 events every month. The first being our coffee with, which is our coffee with our civic committee, and that's at 7:30. And typically it takes place at the ACA downtown. We also have a social where we get together and just network, and it's the second Wednesday of the month, and that's typically, like at a agave or social or some restaurant where we get, appetizers and a drink for each one of the people that come, and those are open to non-members, by the way, so if anyone wants to come. And then we have a membership meeting on the third Thursday of the month. And those happen to be where we go. We find a company within our community or something that someone's doing, like Vitalent, and we go donate. She tells us what it's about, and then we donate blood, or Better Business Bureau, or Award Master, or just different community places and how they're involved and how we can help, or just tell me about it, basically. And then we also have a lunch and learn every other month, and this year we held them at Rock and Bowl downtown. We kind of spaced them out in different places because our membership is all of Acadiana. So we try to help, those in North Lafayette and in the southern parts, but typically we meet in the middle of Lafayette. So that includes a meal, and it's always you learn about something. Today we learned about how to handle adversity in the workplace, how to handle things that don't happen, basically how to deal with disappointment or how to deal with things that are unplanned. We had the vice president of sales, I think I'm saying that right, from Global Data Systems. And if we know what happened to his family and his company in December of last year, we know that he was the perfect person to tell us about how to look at the positive and move on. So today was great. I just had to tell you about how awesome we had a day.
Was it actually Wade who spoke to y'all?
Yes, it was actually Wade that spoke to us. It was great. I know the story. I remember when it happened, and it's just phenomenal. And the way that he looks at life and looks at opportunity. And my best friend showed me a story. She sent it to me last night or something, or she posted it on Facebook, and I tried to read through it, but I'm just one of those people that just, you lose me halfway through the article. But it was about how people that have been through basically hell are the ones that can thrive and can move forward, because you know that you have to keep moving, you have to keep going. But
so
anyway,
for anybody who doesn't know, just real quick, just anybody who doesn't know, Wade was on a small plane traveling to a football game when it crashed just minutes after takeoff, and he's the sole
43
survivor.
seconds. 43 seconds. Yes. And yes, his boss's wife and son, and it was horrible.
Coworker, all on
Yeah.
the plane and perished.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he didn't walk away. I mean, you can imagine
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
recovery that he had to go to with burns over
Yeah.
80% of his
Yeah. It's
body.
incredible. I mean, this happened less than a year ago, and he was standing in front of our room talking about it.
Yeah, this is January, right?
Yeah. I think it happened in December.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But
December.
still, 10 months ago.
Yes. Like less than a year. It's just incredible, incredible, incredible. So, I mean, if anyone could talk about what he talked about, I mean, it's breathtaking.
Right.
Anyway.
Right.
And we also have a philanthropy event every month that we do. So this month we're having a donation drive, and Roddy is our president-elect. So he gets to take over next year. He gets to take over like January 1st. I mean, maybe December 30th. I'll see.
Maybe October 1st at the rate we're going.
Maybe October tomorrow. But yes, he and I have been making trips at least once a week to go and deliver the supplies that we have collected and help and distribute. And I don't know if anyone listening has participated in helping in any kind of way over there. Even if you can just take a day and drive out to any of the United Way locations or any location where they're giving food, you basically can just stop and say, hey, I'm going to help. And it is the most rewarding experience. These people have been through so much. I was telling someone I've been through at least 7 named hurricanes and a couple of tornadoes and 2 earthquakes. This has been the most devastating thing I've ever seen for this section of the state. And the amount of times that you say, you're welcome, all day long, just handing out wipes or water. Speaking of water, I never want to lift another case of water. So when you donate Friday, please don't bring water because Melissa will have to move it and, muscles. No, I'm just kidding. Please bring all the water. But yes, it's just so rewarding. So anyway, we have the 5 events. And so in March, the very first event that we had to pivot with was our Lunch and Learn. And we had a sponsor. And we typically get a sponsor for our Lunch and Learn. So you can basically pay for lunch for our people, and then you get the undivided attention of 40 plus people. See that little selfless plug there. So we were like, well, what do we do? And I'm like, well, we're going to have to go virtual. We're going to do this. It's going to be fine. So we moved it to April, I believe, if I remember correctly. So we gave ourselves like 2 more weeks or something. And the restaurants had to close. Everything had to, be done. So I was trying in some kind of way to think of, okay, how can we support these restaurants? So we had a contract with Rock and Bowl to do 6 of our events there. 6 of our Lunch and Learns there. And so I got Mr. Blanchard on the phone and said, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to still do this, and I want to still support you. I have a contract, and I still want to give you the money. So I said, how about you make them to go, and my membership comes and picks it up, and then we go home and we do it from our office or from home. And he said, absolutely, anything. So instead of just stopping with Rock and Bowl, we had a place in North Lafayette, so Fat Pat's in Carencro, and we had Go Fresh. Oh, I remembered Go Fresh in Youngsville. And so you had 3 different places that you could pick up a meal from, because I didn't want it to just, because you have to pick it up and then go back and listen to the Zoom meeting, right? So it was probably our best attended Lunch and Learn that we had ever done. It was a lot of it was difficult. I don't think I got to see the actual Lunch and Learn at the time of it because I'm handing out food or doing whatever. But and then to make it even more difficult, my professional development chair, Monica Rowand, I don't know if you know her, but she is the sustainability chair at UL. And so of course it was Earth Day when we did this, and she's like, well, we can't have packaging. The packaging has to be, biodegradable. And I'm like, okay, I got so we purchased biodegradable packaging, and we gave it to Fat Pat's, and we gave it to Go Fresh, and by the grace of God, Chef Matt at Rock and Bowl had just thought of it already. So that was amazing. Yeah. I mean, I had it for him, but he had already had it ordered and done, and he had already thought about it. So he's phenomenal. They're phenomenal over there. But it went off without a hitch. And Jackie, like, people can't, like, after it happened, I got so many phone calls from not only people here, but from people in, I think as far away as Rhode Island, like, messages. How did you do that? How did you do that? Like, how did you make that happen? And I was like, well, we just provided meals for people. Like, like, to me, I was like, well, we still have to have this event, and let's look at this as a way to help our economy, because, I mean, we were able to purchase at least 30 meals from Rock and Bowl. I think we had at least 20 from Fat Pat's, and maybe 10 or so from Go Fresh. So, I mean, it was still giving these restaurants, or these food places, a way to function.
Right.
So Coffee Wits automatically just went to virtual. That was super easy to, I mean, I miss sitting in a room and talking about all of our our Coffee Wits, if you don't know, are off the record. So you basically sit in a room with an official and ask them all the questions that they don't want to answer in front of anyone else. So I miss that, but we do still have it virtual, and it's still very private. We only let our members into that. Our socials have been the most challenging. I think one month, I think May, we did do something really neat. We had Allison Brandon from Wonderland Performing Arts. I don't know if you're familiar. We got her to put on her and her staff to put on a murder mystery dinner, virtual. It was super fun, super fun. So we did that for our social one month. One month we did Pilates, or with Claire from Basin Arts. We did a Zumba class or something online. You notice that I wasn't at that one, right? It was an exercise virtually. But then 1 month we had our social hour, go pick up a margarita. We paid for our membership to pick up a margarita from Taco Sisters on Johnson Street, and we we're just kind of making it. We're kind of making it work.
I think that is amazing, and what a testament to the organization and the leadership for being able to make that transition and pivot and keep your community connected and engaged, even more so. I mean, you had more people showing up at meetings virtually than you'd been able to sometimes in person.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of, so naturally you look at these numbers and you look at what we're doing, and so we can't go back, right? Now we have to provide all of our things virtually. So we've bought the proper equipment. We have done, the proper upgrades. It has, I mean, I have and so another note, 705, all of our board is volunteer. No one gets paid for what we do. And so I have 19 board members that are phenomenal. I mean, we meet once a month. And we have committees within it that those meet once a month. So you're at least meeting twice a month, and then you're probably going to 2 or more of the events a month. So these people are definitely the go-getters in our community. There are 19 people that you will definitely see in the future.
Well, and I love the fact that you're talking about some major time, devotion, and dedication in a year when we're all stretched so much thinner and have so many more responsibilities. But look at the 705 getting it done.
Yes. I mean, we're just trying to adapt. Today we called our 2020 under 40 honorees that will be announced by Daily Advertiser next week. Yes. We're just making it work. It's just, we're going to try to do a professional development conference with SLCC for young professionals, and it's going to be virtual and hybrid. We're just trying to do as much as we possibly can for our community to better Acadiana. We really just, I mean, I can honestly say that I can see it working. When someone calls me, I'm able to just pick up my phone and connect them with who they need to be connected to. And it's all because of 705. As far as, hey, I've got, someone called me the other day, I've got 200 hot dogs and they're warm. I don't want to throw them away. Who needs them? And I was like, let me call Carly Omlabar, and so I texted her I'm like, hey, do you need some hot dogs, or do you know who can have some? And in between the three of us, in 2 minutes, we had hot dogs placed elsewhere. So
Why does somebody have an extra 200 hot dogs?
I don't know. It's Monica Rowan's, I'm telling you. They cooked it for some fundraiser, and I guess
curious to me.
I wasn't eating them. Like, I don't eat that. No, I can't do it.
200. And as a pescatarian, I doubt that that's on your menu.
No,
200 hot dogs, like that's
Yeah,
not even baseball season.
I know.
Maybe in baseball season I could see it.
And Monica even said, well, I'll drive to, like Charles with, and I'm like thinking to myself, there's no way I'm helping you. Like, I can't be in a car with 200 hot dogs. I'm gonna throw up the whole way.
You can put them in the trunk. It'll be fine. Keep them warm.
But I mean, just little things like that. Like, hey, I need to talk to my council member. Oh, well, what's your district? And that's Liz. Call it. I mean, we know each other now, and it's and look, it's been 10 years for me. People that are coming in at 25. I mean, imagine they're in this organization for 10 years, and when they're 35 and they want to run for office, or they want to go for that CEO position. I mean, they probably know half the board of the company that they want to run for, or that they want to go for, or, they just have connections, and it's working. I can see it. I mean, whenever it was told, whenever Mr. Guidry told me, 10 years ago, you need to join this organization, I was questionable. Like, what is the 705 really? But now I see it. I see it all coming together.
Right. Lynn Guidry's presentation on the history of Lafayette was one of my favorite parts of Leadership Lafayette.
Yes. Well, we didn't get to see it this year, but I've already seen it. But yes.
Right. No, it's a classic. So when I hear about the 705, I think back to what the original intent was, and y'all are doing this on such a steroid laden level. We never got anywhere near this. We just did membership drives for 3 years. But it's about resources and relationships. I mean, that's what you're doing. Is you're giving people resources and relationships to grow their career, to grow their base, to build their business, to meet and date people in town. I mean,
there you go. I mean, I wish it would work for me for that purpose. Yeah.
It's coming. Yeah. Your time is coming.
It's absolutely true. All aspects. I mean, I'm an architect. I have my own business. We have my vice president-elect. He is
IT guy.
Yeah, there you go. I was about to say his company, but yeah, I mean, we have physicians, we have chiropractors, we have political figures, we have people that work for other people, we have people that are managers. So it's a whole. I mean, you can come in and, like I said, just be there to maybe find a job, or maybe to meet people, or maybe just to have a drink on a Wednesday night with, people that are like-minded. I mean, being around people that think like you, or that have the same goals, is very, very important. Almost as important as having a mentor.
Right. Well, and I think if you didn't grow up here and go to school here, it's a pretty intimidating place to try to break into, because you feel like the kid in the cafeteria who doesn't know where to sit.
The one that doesn't eat meat.
Right. Well, yeah, that's a whole other list of problems you've got going on there. But what an amazing gift that y'all are giving people a seat at the cool kids table for no matter what their professional direction is.
We are the cool kids. I like it.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I did have someone that had emailed me, an older person, a seasoned person, and he wanted to meet and talk about, how this help his company. And it was because he wasn't from here. And he was just like, I'm having trouble. I'm from, I can't remember. I think it might've been like in Illinois or something. Probably more on the East. Anyway, he was like, I don't know. He goes, I'm not from here. He goes, I'm like, okay, so do you golf? And you need to get a red shirt and wear it on Friday. Like, and he was like, well, why? I'm like, okay, just do it. But, I couldn't personally help him with 705 because it wasn't, he worked for like a utilities company or something. Right. So it really wasn't, I'm like, you're welcome to join and come and hang out with us. But, your network, you really need, government, one Acadiana, that type of thing for him.
He needs Leadership Lafayette.
Yes, exactly. And he needed a red shirt.
Right.
I'm like,
Everybody needs a
support
red
you
shirt
all.
every Friday.
Yeah,
I mean, come on. They're
yeah,
ranked in the top 20 in the country. We all need to be wearing
that's
red.
right. And shameless plug, they should go to Award Master and get it engraved there.
There you go. I like that. That
They're
is
one of our
awesome.
supporters for 705.
And so we crossed paths Saturday at Cajun Field.
Yes, from distance, from a social distance.
Well, I was gonna say everybody was masked, so I didn't know who I was passing. But my mask has my logo on it, so I cannot, do anything inappropriate in public because it is immediately recognizable.
Yes. Well, welcome to being the president of the 705.
No nose picking for you for at least a year.
Yeah, at least a year. Yeah, that was a tough reality for a little while. Well, wait, I can't say what I.
No, no. You need to check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yeah.
But what a game to be at, right?
It was amazing. It was great. I do have to say that I was made to leave at halftime, and if he's watching this, he knows it's him.
No.
We did. His wife had a wedding to go to, and they have a small baby. So she's a wedding planner, so she had to go to work. So I could have stayed, but I forgot my bike locks code. So I had to put my bike in the back of his truck. It's in a whole thing. I do live next to the stadium, so I rode the bike and I was like, no, I'll just go home and catch the game from home. And then, of course, it had an amazing ending, but
most dramatic, awesome ever.
It was awesome. It was still awesome from at home, like on my phone, because I had to watch it on my phone.
Oh, yeah. I got to tell you, being there in person, it reminded me of when we were in New Orleans for the first bowl game and Brett Baer kicked that. I mean, It was like that all over again.
Yes, it is. I love community. Man, I love community. I just love being a part of something larger like that. We often debate the Tiger Cajun, mentality here. And I just love the fact that we have something that we can just put our name on and support. And, for my case, walk through, I love it. I love the fact that we have a university here.
Well, I'm only a few blocks past you.
Yeah.
So it's just a little too far to walk. So I drive, but I also have a parking pass, so it works out fine.
There you go. Yeah.
I love being in the neighborhood, and I love being surrounded by all of the Raging Cajun support. I think Coach Napier has brought so much to this school and to this team. I am honored to be an alum and proud to be a part of what's happening right now.
And the 705 got to meet him 2 years ago when he came, or a year and a half ago whenever he came, just to say, we got to shake his hand and got to see his vision, and right there at UL alumni. So, just saying.
If everybody watching hasn't signed up to be a member by the end of this, we just haven't done our job.
I know. It's so inexpensive. The 705.org. Go join now.
Right. But we're talking less than $20 a month, right?
Yes, it's $125 for the entire year, and you get 60 events. I know, it's just. If you come to lunch, all the lunch and learns, I've, that's all. You get a meal.
Right. Yeah. No, you've already lost money on them. Just every lunch and learn, you're screwed.
And typically it's odd, but people join for a certain committee. Sure. So my coffee withs are usually all the same people. If you're waking up at 7:30 on a Wednesday morning and the first of the month, you're a very different person than the person that shows up on a Saturday with their kids to, clean the street for the philanthropy. But, I have people that join just to give back to the community. I have people that join just for our lunch and learns. So, that's why we have so many different outreaches because we can't just get rid of one of them, because there's so many different people that come for one or the other.
Right. I love that. And I think it's just amazing. Jillian Bradley, 10 minutes ago, which I didn't get a chance to circle back to, commented, she said, Melissa, represent that 705, girl.
Oh, I see. I can't even see the comments. Go, Jillian.
Oh, look, on the right side of your screen, it says private chat. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, it didn't come up in my private chat, but okay.
No, it's on the other one. You click the comments one, and it shows all the Facebook comments.
Oh, look at this.
Michael,
I didn't even know that.
Producing behind the scenes, he's bringing them onto screen so people can see them when I'm reading them.
I got it.
Amy Andrews, who is a sorority sister of mine, is going to be in town on Friday. And so I think she wants to circle up with me, not you. But I'm looking forward to that. And then my daughter, who is a current student at UL, is watching. Mostly because I think she's waiting to see if I, will fall asleep before I make it to the end of this marathon day.
Right.
But she's sending words of encouragement, so I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I like it. I like it. I mean, I saw you drink coffee, so you're
Oh
good.
no,
But
this is water.
oh,
All water all day.
oh, well, Jordan, mom does need some coffee.
Exactly. No, because mom wants to sleep tonight. So I'll roll through the water for one more and then I will crash and enjoy a nice rest.
Look, Jillian's still listening and watching. Look,
Jillian is also a Fine Mew, as is Amanda Andrews. And so I love that we've got the Fine Mews on the line. That is awesome.
oh my goodness. So Jillian, speaking of awesome people, she is one of my board members and she is on our membership. So if you want to be a member, you should talk to Jillian Bradley.
Exactly. And that's the thing is everybody who works in this town needs to be a member. I mean, come on. It's too important. Too important. So how do they become a member? They go to the website?
Yes, so they go to our website, the705.org, and it's up there. To join, it's like on every page, member now, do this, have that. But yeah, you sign up. If you want to do a corporate membership, it's a little bit different. You have to kind of contact us, but you just contact and say, hey, I'd like to, have one of your corporate memberships. But they're listed on the page, as far as what you get for your money.
Right.
But like I said, an individual membership is $125 for the year, and it starts and ends on the same date of the year. So it's not from January to December. It's from now till 365 days. And our corporate membership, you do get a little bit of a drop. So if you do work for someone and you have other people in your company that would like to join as well, you say, hey, boss, it's cheaper for you to buy our membership and you should do this for us. So, they can get 3 members for $300 or 5 for $500. And there's lots of different levels.
Right. Katie Dupre, who started the day with me and is now ending the day. I'm so impressed by her stamina. Love the 705 and Melissa Llewellyn. Great events connecting people to people, opportunities, and key players. And that really, I don't even know why we've worked so hard for the past 36 minutes. She just summed it up right there. Because that is what it's about. It's about connecting people, to opportunities in the community, and to the key players that are really making things happen.
So our slogan or our byline or whatever it is that, your great people create is connect, engage, lead. So that's what we try to do. We try to connect everyone. We try to engage them into the company, the community, and we try to create leaders. And if I might say, we're doing a pretty darn good job.
I think you are. I am impressed to see how far y'all have come. And I want to see a big membership push this year because coming out of COVID and rolling into next year, these are the kinds of things we need to get our businesses back on track and get our people back on track. And so I think the 705 is exactly what the doctor.
Absolutely. We have, and this year's not over yet. We have some amazing things planned for October, some even more amazing things planned for November. December, we might just take a break and go on a vacation. But October and November, we're definitely doing some great things.
So tell me, what are we doing in October and November?
October, we're going to, we have Christy Malloy coming talk to us for Coffee With. So Christy is a professor, a political science professor at UL. I hope I'm getting this all right.
Sounds good.
She's a past civic board member, but she is the girl to go to when you have a question about voting or you have a question about anything government, political related. So she's coming to give us the lowdown and do a Coffee With up and personal on that's next Wednesday. Tomorrow, we are getting a personal tour of Monkeys Park.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
We get to go and look around Monkeys Park.
Oh, I'm so jealous. We just talked about that. EB was on. She told me I could call her and schedule a tour. So I'm super psyched about that.
If you really want, I'll let you be a member for the day and you can come and join us.
I wish I could because I took today to do this all day. My tomorrow and my Friday, I literally have meetings every half hour.
Well, I mean, it's at 5:30, just in case you decide to come.
I appreciate that.
You have to be a member.
Right? No, I understand. And listen, I've seen the pictures. A friend of mine just built a house right up to it, adjacent. It's their backyard, basically. It is impressive.
It is beautiful. I'm not going to say how I've seen it, but I have seen it since it's been done. Sure. And it's
self-guided tour. That's what I called it earlier.
Probably more like that. Yeah.
To EB. Yep.
Yeah. EB and Jamie were like, we don't. Yeah,
we don't want to know. We don't want to know.
But yes, it is phenomenal. It is just so, I mean, and I got to see a portion of it. I cannot wait till tomorrow. It's just exactly what this town needs. So see all the community, like we at 705 pushing, I mean, we're just all working together. But yes, so you get to do, I mean, Friday we have a donation drive with Hubble Dermatology. So if you have a pack of water, not a pack of water, if you have baby wipes or diapers or feminine hygiene products or anything that you would like to donate, not clothes, to Lake Charles, come bring it to Hubble Dermatology. They're having a whole Canadian donation live on site, whatever they call those, live remote Friday. And I think Dr. Hubble is giving people a 15% off of a package, you know, when you bring a donation item. So come Friday.
Well, I hope Amanda Andrews is still watching because she was just asking about that.
There you go.
Dr. Hubble is the guy she needs to know for a friend. She was asking for a friend, of course.
For a friend, right. Yeah, he's for me, not my friends. But yes, love Dr. Hubble and his work. But so come and bring donations. I'm trying to think. I know November we have our professional development team is doing a conference, and it's not just for young professionals. It's going to hit all of the topics of professional development with SLCC on their campus, both virtual and hybrid. Virtual and their hybrid. That's what we're calling it. I don't know.
I'm there. I'm with you.
I'm like 41. I don't know all these new terms.
Somebody earlier today used synchronous, and I was like, you're just showing off right now because it's part hybrid
I'm going to have to go study a new word.
In virtual and in person at the same time. Synchronous. I was like, oh, that's so smart.
Synchronous. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to give them that. I'm going to have to go back and watch and see who did it. But yeah.
Right. I'm pretty sure it was Ashley Mudd. It was Ashley. You know it was Ashley.
It was probably Ashley.
Of course it was.
It was Ashley. I will pick on her tomorrow.
As you should.
So, what was I saying? Oh, yes. So the professional development conference, and we're super excited about it. And it's going to be on voting day. It's on election day. So we're going to try to push, go and vote and this and that. And so afterwards, if you have your voter sticker and you came to the conference, you get to come and have dinner with us, socially distanced, of course. It's going to be fun. I am talking to DDA. I know she was earlier this morning.
She was.
I am talking to Maureen with DLU and DDA. We're going to try to do some kind of early voting event downtown. Nice. So that's to come in October. And that will be for our members, all of our members. We're going to get together and do a Zydeco Vote event with the Zydeco Vote people.
Good.
So there's lots of cool events. Like I said, December is probably just we're going to give away some gifts or something. But, you know, we're going to rest. We're going to rest in December.
That is awesome and amazing. Melissa, I cannot thank you enough for being here and staying up late with me. I appreciate that. And really, I encourage everyone who is a part of Acadiana and wants to really grow their professional network, join the 705.
Come join me. And if you have a company or an organization, I mean, I am a great employee retention program.
I love that so much. Thank you so much for being with us. Everybody else, stick around. We've got one more slot to go. It's American Cancer Society at 11 o'clock. So we will see you then. Thanks so much.
To do.